Hello, everybody. Welcome to the
JBL podcast.
And today we have a very special guest and a dear friend of mine, Arsene. How are you?
Thank you, man. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. Thanks
Merry
for
Christmas.
Merry Christmas. How's your family?
Fantastic, man.
Fantastic.
We're staying alive.
We're staying alive. Everybody's staying alive, and it's some hard times right now, isn't it? So Arsene, we met obviously GCFF and GCFE, and funny story is, way when I first got into it, I actually was talking to you a lot, and there wasn't a face connected to it, and I was talking to too many people, so I didn't really know until you won one of the waffles in GCFF, and then I met you and we had a heartfelt conversation, and then you brought up some subjects from before, and I was like, oh, that was you. I'm so sorry. I have a bad memory. So that's how I met him. Of course, pretty much everybody on the podcast, other than George, is pretty much going to be through GCFE and GCFF. But my buddy Arsene here is a pretty, not only a handsome-looking buddy, but he's a cool buddy. He has a cool story, starting from where he's from and all that. So I'm going to shut up now and let him do his thing.
Hey guys, Arsene here, but most of you know me as Fortis.
Fortis.
So it's from Latin. Knowledge is power. So that is my consulting company there. So that way you see it in my community.
What do you consult?
I do consulting in technology. I'm a project manager as a computer technologist engineer. So if you need some consulting, just let me know. I'll be able to help you.
And obviously, all the information will be down in the description.
Definitely. Yes, so little story about me. So I go by the name of Arsene. I'm from Congo, Zaire, now Canadian citizen. But I left Africa a long time ago. Then I came here and I'm married and I have a young son, 9 years old, and a beautiful wife. Hey, babe. So it's been an interesting ride, and I think I'm enjoying this part of my life. I won't complain. I'm very grateful of a lot of things, and I think that's what makes life a little bit interesting.
Oh yeah. Do you want to talk about how you got into the frag and everything?
Oh, sure.
Oh, before that, do you live in the gym?
I try. I used to be very skinny though. I just decided, I want a life change where I don't just want to sit on the couch and just munch on fatty food and.
You used to actually be skinny.
Really skinny.
Okay, so you had to actually work for that.
Oh man, I had to get in the gym, but
no offense for saying that, but there's some black dudes out there who's never been to a gym, fucking sits on the couch and eats Oreos and still six-pack, pecs and everything. And sometimes it's a gene thing, right?
It's a gene thing. It's a God gift.
But you didn't have that gene. You actually had to work for it.
That's it. I had to work for it.
It's much more respectable.
It wasn't easy. I'll be honest. I was really a teenager that tried to get into a gym, man. Very skinny. You seeing people lifting and drinking shakes and everything. I'm looking at that.
Hey, bro. How do you think I feel when I go in the gym? Fucking lifting shit. I'm like, hey, that girl over there is lifting more than I am. I should just go home. But you know what? A lot of people, they won't say it, but they respect those people. The more overweight people or the way skinny people, just by being there, it's much more harder than somebody who's fit and who already belongs there and everybody's like, yeah, that looks cool. It's easy to go there. But for somebody like me or even over skinnier or a little overweight, it's a challenge. People looking at you.
I hear you.
Mentally, it's much more stronger.
I will tell you something. Most people make a mistake with challenging themselves to go to the gym, then they go to the gym, they start looking at other people. When you go into the gym, you're not going to the gym to look like someone else. You're going to the gym to look like you, but with upgrades. If you go in the gym, you start looking at other people, guess what? You're gonna feel embarrassed because you're looking at them, they look like a catalog model or something like that. So you change your mentality. But if you go with a focus-oriented, I'm doing it for my health, not his. Guess what? You always come out of the gym as a winner. But if you go oh, that guy look good, man, I don't have a muscle, I don't have a six-pack. I don't care about six-pack. I care about being healthy. I care having a really nice posture where if I'm standing with someone, they're like, oh yeah, you look good.
Very good point. Sometimes it kind of, you go there, not as big, and you kind of get to compare yourself. But I do have it written somewhere on the wall, on a paper. don't compare yourself to somebody else. Compare yourself to who you were yesterday.
That's it.
That's life.
That's a fantastic one.
Yep.
That's me.
Yep.
I look in the mirror, I'm like, I want to do better than what I did yesterday. If I was skinny yesterday, listen, I might be The Rock by tomorrow.
Get out of here. Welcome to the JBL podcast, where we talk about health and workouts and exercise and gym. Just kidding. Let's get back to topic here. You want to give us a little, like what kind of frags you like, what kind of style like, and how you got into frags. And before, you know what, I'll just answer my own question. This guy likes dark, evil, strong. When I made him my his Christmas present, like my zoologist sample package, I literally went through my package like, where are the ones that I don't wear and I hate? All right, T-Rex, rhino, dodo, all the dark, even the juice, like the moth, even the juice is dark. Man, the ones that are too dark, if he's your friend, then you have some of the ones that are too dark and it's too much for you, too gothic. You give it to him like, yo, even though I like these, I'll give them to you because you like dark. And man, even the ones you really think like, he can't like this, ew, nobody can like this.
You have to know how to wear those fragrances.
Yeah, and it's an acquired taste too,
Yeah, yes, but it's about a style as well, because there's certain fragrances, like, you can't pull them off just like with a pair of gin and then you're out.
Yeah, but that's what I was joking about. You're not really gothic, or you're not,
I'm black. What do you think?
I know, but like most of the people that especially T-Rex, not like, I'm not putting stereotype on it, but like tends to, like heavy metal, death rock, death metal.
I'm more of Men in Black type-ish. Like, black suits, everything, all black. Like, you really like,
all black everything.
All black everything. You don't really care. Like, when when you wear a certain fragrance, you got your, like, I don't care. Like, when I wear a fragrance, let me be honest. Let's just be candid here. When I wear a fragrance, I don't wear a fragrance for someone else to smell it. I wear a fragrance because I want to smell myself. That's why I will spray maybe like, 8 or 10 sprays, because if I don't smell it, that means I didn't wear it.
I feel bad for his wife. He probably doesn't wear anything like fruity or floral. And we already talked about this, but his wife complains a bit too.
Listen, they are part of the collection. Sometimes you need those, like, just on, you don't know what you're gonna, occasion you're gonna use them for. I have those. But let's go back to my...
where you started.
Where I started.
Okay.
I started very young.
How young?
Honest. I was maybe 7 or 9. I was really young.
Not even like 17, 19, which I would still like be like, wow, that's really, really early.
They say most of the type of experience when you get into fragrance is related to an experience. Mine was my dad. My dad was a big fraghead, like old school fraghead. Like, when I'm telling you, like, he was wearing Ralph Lauren Safari.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, man, I would smell my dad from like the corner of the street. I knew that dude was coming. And the other one was Ted Lapidus. Not the new reformulated Ted Lapidus or Ralph Lauren. Those old school musky, like, you can smell the dude like he's like far away. You're like, yeah,
to the wall.
That dude is there. Like, I love that. So every single time my dad would leave a house, that Central was there. And I would run back in his bedroom, just grab the bottle, just go through it. And he didn't like it. So he started giving me pocket money. And what I would do, instead of buying candies, and I would go and I buy fragrance.
In your early teens?
Yes.
Normal kids buy toys, they buy cars, Hot Wheels. You really were buying at that age.
Man, fragrance. My first fragrance that I purchased, I remember my dad gave me about $10 American dollars, and I took the money. I went to a corner street there, a bunch of fragrances on a
Back
wall.
at home?
Back at home.
Yeah, nice.
I went in, just small corner street boutique, went in there, and my first fragrance was Malaysia. I'm not sure if people know. If you have a picture, maybe just post
Of course,
it.
everything you say, it's gonna...
Malaysia. It's an Italian, very fougere type of fragrance. Like, old school people will understand. It's like, oh yeah, Malaysia. Fantastic.
What are some of the notes? Some main notes?
I didn't even look at the note. I didn't care.
What the smell?
It's very fougere type
type
of scent. And it's
so like
very
a barbershop?
Almost barbershop and everything. That was my first one. And after that, I went into Ted Lapidus. after Ted Lapidus, I start moving into my dad territory of Ralph Lauren and Polo, and I think those the black one, Dracar Noir.
Yeah, Noir.
I went into that area, and I think it's when I came to Canada that I became really into fragrances, because I'm like, you know what, I'm enjoying this. But I wasn't the type of like really big time fraghead where they want to go for Aventus, they want to go for no name.
You're just in a smaller.
For me, I was trying to go into the old school fragrances that my dad was wearing. I would try to remember that time, that
when you first got into it.
Yes, like, you know, that joy.
Yeah.
Because for me, I'm not the type of person who love like, you know, mainstream fragrances. For me, that why
other people's opinion doesn't really.
That why I'm excusing myself here, because Aventus people, sorry, I'm not in your camp. I don't like that, because for me, I feel like it's a more close.
Do you think it kind of is disinteresting you just because everybody likes it, or you just the juice itself is you don't like it as much?
It's not about quality. Let's be honest. Let's just put things clear. It's not about quality, and I'll be honest. If you take any person who wear fragrance, most of them don't even care about quality. They care about the scent.
Yeah.
If it smells good, they into
if they like it or not, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But for me, it's not just caring about the scent, it's caring about being unique.
Okay.
And Aventus is not unique anymore.
Because it's gotten so big.
It got so big, like, dude.
But it's not its own self's fault, kind of.
It's not its fault. That's what I'm saying.
I get it's everywhere you look, and it gets tiring, right? But
it get hard to wear it.
If I had a bitch about Aventus, it'll be the batch, you know, variation. But when it comes to, I get what you're saying. Like you see it like what's another one? Sauvage, you know, like it's you know, we shit on that with George a lot here. But at the same time, some of the bad stereotype and the stigma is because it's everywhere, and you saw it everywhere, and it's part of you. People get sick of it.
It become basically almost the Jean-Paul Gaultier Le Mal, like. Every girl knows someone or ex-boyfriend or ex-bastard. You know what I mean?
You know, I just figured it out. Your fragrance preference is kind of like my rap fragrances. I told you, you know now, you know. I love underground fuckers, and once they become famous, even though they're still good, for me, they lose kind of their hunger. I know they're not broke anymore. Their life doesn't depend on it. They've already made it, so. It's kind of like I like the things that are a little under radar, UK underground, and a lot of underground. Like, you know, once somebody, even the same person once become famous. I mean, Eminem, like even a little bit after he got famous, I used to listen to him when he was underground, Infinite, and all this that nobody knows about, Backstabber, and all those songs. But yeah, you like it. And the other one I really want to touch about, or just want to say is, it's crazy that you're. Like, I get everybody on here, and everybody talks about when they first discovered, you know, colognes and fragrances. And when I think about mine, it's really not that long back. I just really got into it, you know, in my later age. But usually when people talk about it, even the people who, like, started really early, they're talking about 15, 16, 17, 20. You're talking about, like, when your teen started, so that's just, like, mind-blowing. It's just... what you know and how much you know, and like that, it'd be unreal.
To be honest, I was like, when I was young, I was almost into like a weird state where like, my area or my friend are like, dude, why do you like this old dude fragrance?
It's my preference.
You know,
it's my preference.
I think as scent as almost a memory in itself, and it kind of take me back. That relationship with my dad. Seeing, you know, a well-dressed person like suave, really like.
It goes with the looks. It goes with the looks.
You know what I mean?
It complements the looks.
That's it. For me, it was like, you know, I want to be that fresh, because my dad was pretty fresh. I'll be honest, my dad was pimping on another level. He's going to work. I'm looking at this dude. I'm like, is he going to party or what?
Nice.
It looks good. It smells good.
He had swag. He had style.
And for me, as a kid, you look after someone and you're like,
it comes down to you. It sprinkles down to you, whether you like it or not. You know, like Even if it was a bad habit, it would. But something nice like that, it gets embedded in you.
Even with my son is 9, and my son is into fragrance. My son knows notes. My son, you give him a fragrance, he smell it, he's gonna tell, oh yeah, that Lily of Valley, Amber, Oud.
Okay.
You know, he's gonna tell you things you're like.
When are we gonna have him on the podcast?
Anytime, man. Call him. It's fun.
All right, we're.
So
you think I'm joking? Okay.
It's very good. Just to tell you, like, the more you interact with people in your life who love fragrances,
there's something we're both. Yeah.
They tend to tickle your nipple on. You're like, oh yeah, I'm liking this, and it became that item for me where it became a hobby where I don't need to collect like extra books or stamps or anything. For me, it become collecting fragrances, but not just collecting, but wearing them as well, because you don't just want to have a zillion collection here. You want to wear them, like
you want to slowly start into it. Hey, this is later in my career, so you fuck off. I totally get what everybody gets what he's saying. You gotta take your time with it.
That's it.
Obviously, I know some people fucking criticize me for having too much, too early and whatnot. But again, everybody's different. You're slowly in your life learning stuff, and I got addicted and obsessed to something, and I'm just fucking going heads and right down the rabbit hole. But
you fell into soup.
Yeah,
that what happened. You that.
I was a fly. I was a fly in the soup.
And you're like, wow, this is delicious, man. I didn't know this existed. Now I usually start having this.
Where were you my whole life? All right, I'm gonna go check that we've been recording and the camera's on, and then we'll come back and do some top 5s.
Sounds good. Let's bring it.
Like your energy, dude. I already say that I don't know anything, so we're not trying to be like, oh, I know this much, and I'm like prestige. It's just literally just like 2 people hanging out, and we do talk about frags, and now it's too early, but usually there's drinking involved, and it's just 2 guys hanging out. I mean, it doesn't have to be guys. I mean, the guest and the host hanging out and shooting the shit and having a good time. Doesn't always have to be guys, right, Leela? Yeah. So, by the way, I know you know your shit, but if you need any pointers, you can go talk to Leela, and she'll train you, and she'll fold you in half, and she'll arm wrestle you and break your arm.
Anytime.
All right, let's stop clowning around, and let's do our top 5 houses.
All right. Man.
I know it's hard. We already talked about it on all our podcasts.
And this, let me be honest.
If even 20 would be so hard, I'm glad I don't have to do this.
This will sound very weird because our early conversation, I talk about old school, but in my top 5, I have no old school in there.
It's all good. We were talking about how you started and how your heart is, but like we don't want you to all your top 5s being something we never heard of or like too like old school. I like these. These are the ones that are mentioned more in the group and more popular these days. And I think it's better that you chose these that are more friendly to our GCFF and GCFE group and more popular these days than
let's see if they
okay.
So my first one will be Parfum de Marly.
Parfum de Marly.
Parfum de Marly. I'm gonna basically combine Parfum de Marly and Initio Parfum, because they are basically under the same umbrella. I love the house because I love their quality and I love their use of dark scent.
Yeah. And they're strong.
They have a very good presentation. They are very well put together. There's certain houses where they will start on the eye, and then as soon as they get that good collection of fragrances and the community,
and they start dropping
they
off.
start going into batch creation. But so far I haven't seen that with Parfum de Marly.
They're strong. They're
basically their signature scent on every bottle. If you smell one of the Parfum de Marly, you basically kind of have like, yeah, I know this is a Parfum de Marly scent.
Very strong, very projects and whatnot. You know what though? Creed and Parfum de Marly, obviously for me, was when I started out, the niche that I was kind of getting into. And I really like Parfum de Marly because it's one of the first ones that I discovered. And then, it's been a while now, but somebody said it was a clone house. And I remember being so mad and thinking, oh shit, it's kind of fucking right. At the same time, my heart was so broken, and it wasn't just like, no, that's not true. It was just like, you know what? Stay like, yeah, well, they do it better though. No, for sure. They take whatever they clone, they do it way better. But I didn't think of that before, and the moment that somebody pointed out to me, I was a little heartbroken.
So I always get very pissed off when I hear people saying, "Oh, this house is a clone house." Listen, inspiration sometimes can be very relatable. Someone might smell a scent which basically relates to another scent. It doesn't mean it's a clone. Then people need to understand when you say clone house. A clone house would basically label on their bottle that this is inspired after.
Yeah, like the oil
this,
perfumery, the actual actual clones.
These houses are not basically saying like we were inspired after
No.
Dior for them to be called.
No.
They basically have a very good formula. They say, this is the way we're gonna go. It might smell. Listen, let's be honest. There's zillion of fragrances in the market.
There are millions, and
Zillion.
some they're gonna, there's only a.
Somewhere someone can smell something, say, yes, this smell like something, but you don't call it a clone. It's like,
There's only a certain amount of notes to use and combine to make everything
that's
different.
it, man.
No, but when I'm saying that person said that, I don't really think they're actually a clone house. But like, there are a lot of things that this smells, Leighton smells like Mont Blanc's Legend, and this smells like this.
True. They know how to make, if I can say it a little bit more politely, they know how to make
Something similar.
No, they would take basically a mainstream fragrance, which is basically into the designer aspect,
and house
and flip it and make it a niche scent.
niche.
But with a niche quality and a niche projection.
For sure.
So imagine people who didn't really smell, who didn't even know niche. If you want to bring them into a niche, you can say, try Parfum de Marly, because he has that little designish. It basically almost like, for a person who's looking for fragrance which can be half niche, half designer, then push them to Parfum de Marly. They will find themselves in there because they're like, I see what you're talking about. But for like frag niche guys, like,
Oh, they want, man.
they were like, nah, it smell like, this smell like
it's
that.
basically designer for them.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, but for me, I don't call them designer.
No.
I don't, like, to be honest.
I just threw that in there as a story, but no. They're one of my favorites. They're my own favorites.
I love them.
Before we move on, what are you wearing right now?
I'm wearing Parfum de Marly Leighton.
One of my favorites, and I think it's still my Parfum de Marly favorite right now. Pegasus is slowly climbing up the ladder. Shout out
Did
to
you try
Brandon
Pegasus yet?
Yeah, it's right there.
The exclusive or the new one?
I have exclusive decant, and I've tried the Leighton exclusive as well. And I'm really not seeing that big of a difference yet, but I need some more time with it.
I haven't tried the Leighton exclusive yet, or the Pegasus exclusive, but I have this one. I love it. I just love it.
You know what? We'll shove it at the end of the end of the podcast, and we'll just see what you think about that. And yeah.
The second house is Dior. Come on, you can't go wrong with
Christian
Dior. If I didn't
Dior.
put Dior here, man, I'm just kind of stepping away and I'm just leaving, man. Listen, Dior needs to be there. Dior. It needs to be there.
You know, like a lot of the other houses, like Kilian Hennessy, those people went to work for Dior before they actually did. And I forgot a couple of names. When I was doing Jeffrey and J-Dog, I realized, like, he says, like, oh, we worked for Dior first. Oh, YSL. Yves Saint Laurent. He worked for Dior too before he became his own house. Made his own house. So I think Dior is like kind of a staple, or a house where people go get trained or something. It must be up there. Must be one of the number ones.
So Dior is almost like, if we go, I love cars as well. Just saw a sad story there. If you love cars and you want to compare fragrances to car, you can say Dior is like Mercedes.
Nice.
Old school, they know their shit, they know how to make things. It doesn't matter. You can have all type of car. There's only one Mercedes.
Yeah.
That's Dior. Hands down. Dior, you live in its own path. Third house for me is by Kilian, or Kilian Parfum now. So
Is that because you like to drink?
Oh yes, man. I love my rum. And it burned a little bit more fat as well. Kilian, because Kilian take you into a story. If you buy any Kilian fragrance, it's almost a story. And they kind of tell you when you go there, you ask for a story. They was like, why are you buying this? Oh yeah, this it was made for this city, it was made for this and this. And I love that concept. And when you wear it, you almost kind of feel that same story with you. You're like, yes, I see why this person created this fragrance, and I kind of related to that. That's why I like that house. And the quality is perfect as well. You can't go wrong on Kilian.
I love houses that have a theme, and this is obviously with the Hennessy connection with Hennessy. And watch Black Phantom, Jeffrey and J-Dog if you haven't already. It's actually
fantastic.
Freaking amazing.
I've been chasing for that bottle. I have a decant of Black Phantom. I don't want to finish, but I've been chasing that bottle for a while. I'm just waiting for Layla. Layla, I'm waiting for you, man. Just let me know when. We talked today, so just let me know when I'll come and pick up the bottle.
Why are you talking to her? Nobody watches this. No, I'm joking. She actually watches this. No, I'm just saying, like Zoologist or Kilian, like where it has a theme, right? Even Parfum de Marly, we forgot to even touch on the every bottle is named after a racing horse, right?
That's it.
Yeah, and they got the horse thing going. So, you don't have to, but I like houses when they, like Zoologists have all the animals, repeating myself again with the horse, and Kilian with the booze. Is there anything else? Not for now that I can see, but I'm sure everybody gets my gist. I'll just shut up and let the guests talk.
My fourth one is Nishane. I know this is brand new. I'll be honest. I try Nishane and I'm start loving them because I hear sometimes people in the frag saying they use synthetic.
I like.
Who doesn't use synthetic in fragrance? Let's be honest. Let's just take molecular, discussion.
Other than Clive, maybe.
All of them use some type of synthetic. All of them. So to basically label a fragrance house they use too much synthetic, it's wrong because all of them, they always use some type of synthetic molecular aspect to recreate a certain type of scent.
If it was really just a straight juice, it wouldn't last.
It wouldn't last
1 month.
For me, Nishane is basically a upcoming brand that is basically keeping interesting. We're not really talking they drop percent and then 2 months later people forget about it. No, they keep it interesting. Ashivat, fantastic. Annie, my wife love it. I'm not a big fan about it. I don't see the big fuss about it, so that's me. Sultan Vetiver, wow,
it'll be coming up as the show and tell. So
this is fantastic. This juice.
Where'd you get that from?
I got this for this guy.
You want it, so it's different. Nishane for me, I'm not too familiar. Just to touch on one thing, but I like the fact that most houses are from France or Italy or the States. But where is this house from?
Turkey.
So that's I think that's very. I like that fact about this place. So it's got to be unique, the culture and whatnot, and I kind of feel that from them, right?
And if you look at my top 5 houses, this is the only one that is not a French house.
Okay.
This is the only one. I think Parfum de Marly is French, Dior is French, Kilian French, and lastly, Guerlain is my last out. Listen, I never heard anything bad about Guerlain. People always have certain, issues with certain houses. Like, oh yeah, this bottle is not nice. This is nice.
I have issues with Guerlain.
Which one, man?
I'm starting to like them too much, and I'm buying too much of them, and I'm just collecting all of them, and yeah, because sometimes I buy stuff for inventory, and sometimes collect, and now I'm just all the Guerlains are just for me to collect.
They're good.
They're good. They got the history behind it, and it's just
this table.
What formulations you can say has been around for 100 years plus, right? So
I would say Guerlain.
Yeah,
Shalimar,
and it's even Jicky. I don't know how old Jicky is, but I think that's a little bit newer. But Samsara for sure. But yeah, just the Taj Mahal and all the history behind it and whatnot. It's just we were just talking about all the other Dior, PDM. Yeah, they go a little bit back. Even Kilian, But man, it just can't compare to somebody who's been that long around from the 1800s to like
That's it.
Just been killing it for
You hear certain houses
centuries.
where they will have badges after badges and it start creating controversy because they have all this. You don't hear that from Guerlain. Guerlain is almost like
They just do their thing.
they do their thing, and it might be good, it might not be good, but they always have a stable lineup of things. They're not making copy of what they basically steer their lane. Either it's them or don't even look at anything else. That you see, it get collective of all of them. Very soon you might buy a house in France just to try to go see Guerlain.
You might say like right now it's like number one above everybody, but if we tally up the last 200 years and like average out your performance, nobody will come close. Because even though people are top right now, was top right now, and if you look at them 100 or 50 years ago, they either didn't exist or they weren't a main player. Where these guys been a main player straight through, like it just.
They don't need any cachet to basically get certified. They've been there.
They're just
done
really. Everybody's here, and some people are a little bit up here. They're over here by themselves for sure.
They've done it
for sure.
They don't care.
For
You
sure.
know, they're not too. For me, I see like it's a brand that is not too picky into its collection. They have a designer side which basically can be very mainstream and people can find themselves into it, and they have the niche side to just accommodate people who have money. I like that. I like a house that basically able to accommodate even people who don't know about fragrances. You want something a little bit more simplistic, go Guerlain will find something simplistic. You want something a little bit niche, upscale, you find it there. Other houses, they niche. End of discussion. They don't really have where like
Everything for everybody.
like Dior. Very rare you find a Dior in a very good discounted prices.
Oh yeah,
You know what I mean?
Chanel.
You know, they're always high, but with Guerlain, you find something.
You find something for everybody.
You want the cheapy, you find it with
But-
Guerlain.
but-
You
but-
want the expensive, you find it.
But
with
like I
Guerlain.
said, that's probably because of the history, because they've been doing it so long. There's so many out. Like Shalimar has, I might be wrong, but I'm sure there's more than 20 at least. But I think there's more than 30 Shalimar, like
Yes.
flankers and this and that, and it's just like 30. Like some houses, you know what I mean? Like, it's like half or a third of some houses, and it's just like for one fragrance.
One.
There's
The like-
20, 30 flankers. So that just says it all. That really says it all.
Yes, that's my houses there. So I'll be very happy to collect every ball in the house. That would be ridiculous. That would be just maddening. But I'll be happy to have any of those.
I like those
balls.
houses. I think you know what? I know the top fives. If I ask you in a week, they change on your mood or that day. It's
True.
hard. It's hard. It's not.
Listen, it might be depending on what I just collect recently.
Yeah, I know.
And if it smells nice, but for me, I tend to try to stay into old fougere or dark oriental. Then as soon as you get me in that corner there, you gotta give me old fougere or dark oriental, we're done. I'm taking you with me.
I should put a counter downstairs, down in the screen, and every time you and I say dark, it's gonna like ding, number one, ding, 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 ding.
You drink, you shot.
Let's get into. I'm just gonna check the camera. And let's get into our top 5 frags. Part.
It's okay.
All good. It's just splitting it into 2 smaller pieces. All right, that was amazing. Let's. I know these are difficult as heck, but I really like your top 5 fragrances. Let's get into it, buddy.
This one has been very controversial lately.
Okay.
I see people kind of putting it on sale on the community, and I'm like, man, not that one. That's the jewel, man. That's a fantastic thing. That would be Initio Wood for Greatness. The first time I smelled that one, I was done. I was like,
Oh yeah.
that's it. This is it. This is it. And I remember, I think it was on holiday, and I basically purchased it from Fragrance Buy, and I told him, instead of you shipping it, can we meet and I'll pick it up.
You know they have a store in Nishane, right?
I know.
Yeah.
And the driver was basically coming to Burlington. He's like, yeah, we're gonna meet you about 45 minutes. I'm like, I'm gonna meet you there.
Nice.
And I got it. And the next day, I believe I was traveling. I was going to Barcelona, and I don't care. I know Barcelona weather is fantastic. Summer weather. I took this beast with me, man, because I didn't care. I'm like, I'm taking it.
Suffocated everybody over there.
Dude, I was there feeling myself $1 million.
It's a good spicy oud, right?
Oh, I've had challenges with certain wood.
Yeah.
I had like
They're
some
very,
of
all
them
different.
very animalic, where yes, I might enjoy it, but sometimes you just have that little whiff of like skinky animalic scent. Is like just.
It can be dirty and
what I mean?
offsetting. It can be offsetting.
Yeah, so you almost kind of like, was that me? Was that me? Then you're like, oh yeah, it's
wasn't.
me. But this one I think is very well balanced. And funny thing, I watched a video of another reviewer online, and he didn't enjoy it because he said they didn't use real oud inside it. But for me, I think one of the ingredients that I'm always very in love with, it's saffron and
Probably
musk.
Okay.
So if you know how to use your saffron very good, you got me. I'll be in there. I'll just be playing there beside you. And this one has very good composition of saffron and musk. And as I told you, I love musk is one item that I like from a fragrance. But fantastic composition, well balanced, a little bit dark as well. And I wear this most of the time, like if I want to really feel myself like a man in black, or just going to a party where they like
you gotta dress
black
up.
dressed or whatever. I got my suit, velvet suit, tied black, all black, like nice. Go in there. Or if you want to really go like shaft, you can pull this.
Okay.
Like really leather jackets, all turtleneck.
So not in slippers and a t-shirt and not really.
No, you're wasting the juice. You're wasting the juice, man. That would be my number one.
Okay. I'd add something, but I don't know too much about Initio, and I'm gonna stop adding weight. I don't know shit and making an ass out of myself. So second one I know a little bit. So let's go.
Second one is Black Phantom, and you did a fantastic review. Black Phantom,
I didn't do a review. It was that guy Jeffrey and J-Dog. Those guys did it.
Yeah, the animal.
Oh, okay.
So I had a small sample of Black Phantom, and I loved it. For me, it could have a little story on it where, like, I imagine let me kind of put it into perspective. You're a movie guy.
Okay.
You've watched a movie with Tom Cruise, I believe Brad Pitt. He was a vampire.
Oh yeah, Interview with the Vampire.
That's it.
Yeah.
That the way like
good movie.
that the way like when I smell Black Phantom, it remind me of that movie.
Those-
It remind me of Brad Pitt in
So
that
you're
character.
gonna send Brad Pitt the vampire, eh?
So it remind me Brad Pitt. Like if you watch that movie, he's a classy guy that is a dark guy.
Yeah.
But now put the scent to that. Say not. He's able to kind of like get any girl you want, then
Smooth with the
Smooth
chocolate,
and everything.
rum, caramel
Then he's
coffee.
then you're like, if I had to create a scent, I would kind of create a scent related to that kind of experience. Like, nice, well put together guy, but he might suck my blood at night.
You gotta
so
be careful.
I might have to sleep with garlic around my neck or something. That's Black Phantom to me.
I like how you did that. The movie analogy and the character analogy. If you
Yes.
can do that more, do go ahead. That's
Because
bomb.
I tell you, like, fragrance for me, it's
Yeah, you compare
an
one art
experience.
with another.
Yes.
Sometimes with music, sometimes with movies.
That's it.
And that's
That's the
exactly
way
what
I
I'm
kind
saying.
of see them.
I like it.
The third one, it's a recently received from yours, and this one is Arid. Oh,
Very good.
I've seen a lot of review on Arid, and I was like, maybe people are just exaggerating and everything. I was like, nah. I got the bottle, sprayed on myself. I sat there. I'm like, something smells fantastic. It was me. And I couldn't stop smelling myself. I was like, this is just the experience for me is it's not too of a classic like the other two where I kind of take you into a well-suited person or a little bit mischievous vampire. This one I see a little bit more of a playful guy.
Okay.
Well put together, but who doesn't take himself too serious.
Jokes around a little bit.
Jokes around, but he's clean, he's sociable, he can pull any outfit on him. It doesn't have to be on 3 pieces. It can basically just kind of like, he can go in a closet, put things together. And
casual, laid back.
Not really casual, just someone who's really laid back but knows how to dress. Like,
still kind of classy.
That's it. Like you see him in he's always very well composed and well put together. That's the way I see Eric.
Tobaccos are one of the things that I know I'm going to either hate or like. If it depends. So I really like Spice Bomb, and I like Spice Bomb Extreme a little bit more. Mm-hmm. And I honestly think Herod is that done way better.
Yes,
I hate to go with the clone. Like, it's not a clone, but like it's very similar with the main spicy tobacco in there and whatnot. For me, it is kind of similar, but again, Herod, like, I pronounce it Herod, but and I know it's wrong, and I still pronounce it the wrong way. I don't know. I'm comfortable with it, but I don't know. The pepper and everything, it's very spicy. Yeah, of course.
He has, to be honest, he has that tendency of a spice bomb, but I don't think the pepper in here is very pronounced. I think for me here, it's almost very.
There's a balance everything.
It's very balanced. It's toned down. It's basically almost like a bulldog. They just kind of like, chill, just sit there. That way I see it. It's not loud. It's loud in terms of production, but it's not loud like
It's loud as a whole. Like
I'm here. For me, this one I'll be like chill with friends at the bar, or maybe just chilling around the fire with nice rum and a cigar in hand. That's it. I'm pulling an arrow and just wearing it on me.
And I like how like the pepper and like tobacco and all these like spicy harsh stuff in there, but the vanilla kind of balances it up and make it smoother. And Herod is really one of the good ones. I can't believe I didn't mention it before when we were doing the Parfum de Marly with the Pegasus.
Yes. No, now I see that house, they have fantastic things. They like anyone can find themselves, but for person who love Oriental spicy, you're welcome. Just come to the dark side, you should be fine.
Welcome to the dark side. Okay, number 4.
I know it is for them the same house. This one is Initio Rehab.
I actually know a little about it because I have a decant, but go ahead.
So I'll tell you, I have Spice Bomb Extreme and Spice Bomb Original, and I got the Initio Rehab.
And you're giving me shit about having too many?
Yeah, so I found this to be very similar
to Spice Bomb?
To Spice Bomb.
Alright, just keep talking. Give me 2 seconds.
Very similar.
Yeah?
Yes, so I even gave away my Spice Bomb because I was like, you know what? I got Initio, so I don't need a Spice Bomb. They are really very close. Where I find a little bit more of nuances is Spice Bomb is a little bit more, it's very spicy.
Okay.
This one, I would say, if they had to do a Spice Bomb into a niche, then they kind of tone the spice a little bit. They kind of balance them where they're not too sharp on your nose.
Okay.
Then Initio Rehab will be one of them.
Do you know how well I know Initio?
To tell.
I didn't even have Rehab. I have a Mystic Experience and Magnetic Blend, and I saw the Rehab and I'm like, oh, I have Rehab. It's Initio, right? I have Initio. Go ahead.
It is fantastic.
Do you have it?
I have it. I didn't bring it.
Okay, next time
I'll bring it. Anyone who's looking for Spice Bomb Extreme or just normal Spice Bomb, try Initio Rehab. You might enjoy it more than Spice, because like those two, Spice Bomb Extreme and Spice Bomb, they start getting very difficult to find. Really very difficult to find. Then if you're able to find a bottle of Initio Rehab, grab it. Just grab it and try it. Then maybe in a comment in the frag community, just hey guys, I tried this and it's really close to to Spice Bomb.
Spice Bomb.
It's really close, really close.
Okay. But it doesn't have the back goal.
Yeah.
But it okay, I'll take your word for it. I know you know your shit.
Like,
you're not no Adrian Clark, but you know.
no, like
you're not no Brandon Look.
For me, even the tobacco, I don't even see like the tobacco might be into like, you know, in the background and everything, but the first sniff,
yeah,
you'll be like, yeah, Spice Bomb.
Yeah, you don't need that actual note to, like, you know, muskier doesn't have musk in it, right? So they combine it to they do their magic, and you know. What's it? We can actually have this on the camera.
You went to pick up a package.
Thanks, Adrian and Clark. I think I ordered a decant from you. We don't have time to open these. Antonia's Daycare from Vancouver. I forgot who this was. We'll open it in halftime and then embarrass that person too. All right, one more left for the top fives, right?
Carlisle.
Yo, a lot of people who've been coming over here, they know I have like so many decants, and I don't have this decant. I thought I did. And a lot of people have been asking, like, yo, can I try it? Can I smell it? And I think on the group too, a lot of people have been asking about
Carlisle?
it. Yeah.
Let me know next time I set you up.
All right. No, not me. I'm just a lot of people, you know, looking, and I just have a decant so people come over and smell it, kind of stuff. I remember it's very floral, fruity, and it's still woody.
It's still dark fruity. It almost.
Of course, it's dark. It's on your list.
It's a dark fruity. It's
okay.
If I had to put it, it's an oriental dark fruity.
But it's woody too, right?
Yes.
Okay.
It's
because it does have. I don't really see nutmeg,
rose, tonka bean, patchouli. I think
so. There's no really wood.
I think it might be the patchouli because patchouli has tendency to always make things dark.
Okay.
Like if you have incense in the fragrance or you have patchouli, they always have that kind of like they need to be dark compared to other ingredient where like they're not too like they're not projecting a color.
Yeah.
They might like certain ingredient might be like, oh yeah, the white ingredient, and for me I always see incense and patchouli almost in the dark side of ingredient, where if someone want to make a dark scent, I would see on the list at least you need to have at least patchouli in there or incense. I think that's what I like about Carlisle. I don't wear it much because I find it a little bit very difficult to pull because it's not always it's not like a party one, like where you don't, you know, you just go to a fancy suit up place, you're like, yeah, I'll wear Carlisle. If I was in a club, maybe I'll put Carlisle most of the time, but I don't go club anymore, so that why it's there. But I love it. Just smell it on myself. Yes, I'll wear it anytime. I'll wear it.
I like it.
I love it.
I like it. Well, it's your top five, so obviously like it. All right, that was very good. Other than the two that I didn't know about, no, I'm just joking. All right, let's move right on. Just chucking on.